On demand. Please do not try to vote or enter any competition or other interactivity in this programme, as it may not count and you may still be charged.
Welcome to your Thursday Loose Women. I'm getting very live and very loose alongside me, Kay Adams. It's Judy Love, Denzi Squelch and Nadia Zawala. We've got laughs, two great guests, plus some big debates. Did you feel pressured to take the pill? We will be revealing why more women than ever are turning their back on the contraceptive pill. Nadia's got very strong opinions on that one. Also, there's danger in the Dales at 1 o'clock.
Open it, Sil.
What?
You heard me. Open it.
Look, please, Ross, if you just stop this now.
Hey, how about you stop talking?
We cashed up yesterday, so there's not going to be much in there.
Emmerdale star Isabel Hodgins joins us to talk about tonight's siege, but will her character Victoria Sugden survive? We'll be grilling her for spoilers. And at 1:15, Tamsin Outhwaite will be talking about life after Albert Square and giving us her take on some of the hottest topics of the day. Oh, I called you Denzi Squelch there. I told you to go before the show, didn't I?
Denzi, but I know. I always want a wee just before we I was doing a want a wee dance.
Judy and I are standing there. She's over the other side of the set going,
Honestly, every time Denzi Squelch, because they used to call me Squelchy Welshy at school.
Yeah, but let's not go into that. That was your past.
Yeah,
that was your past.
It's lovely to be back. I've missed you all.
We've missed you so
Honestly,
much. I hate it when you're not on.
I never thought this was going to happen today. No. What a morning we have had. I really thought I was going to be doing this on Zoom in the back of an Uber.
Because I come down from Cheshire sometimes in the morning on the very early train. Normally I rush in flustered and you're all there in the middle of the meeting. And I got there flustered late this morning and there was absolutely nobody there. Kay was on a sleeper train from Scotland in somewhere like Crewe. Judy was doing the school run, sitting in a car park trying to do a Zoom meeting. Nadia, you driven Kiki to school.
No, gone on the train.
It was on the train. It was like a comedy of errors. I was wearing no makeup and our lovely producer Tom, I think, did a little video of the chaos.
Oh, right. Okay.
Nadia and Judy have been on the school run. Kay's train is late, so she's on the sleeper. Nadia literally dropped her child off at school, and Kay is freezing constantly while she's in her sleeper. Can she speak about contraception? Over to you, Kay, from the sleeper.
Oh,
I said something very rude because you had just literally dropped Kiki at school and got in, and in front of your driver were having to talk about Willie.
My driver, I went straight into Willie's and I couldn't believe it. And then I went from Willie's to something else. Poor man, I just met him, and he as he dropped me off at the studio, he goes, I think it's going to be quite an interesting show, isn't it?
Well, it's funny because I was freezing all the time and all I heard, it suddenly became clear and all I heard you screaming, I mean, what man would put a piece of wire down his penis? The taxi driver must have thought, I'm in trouble.
You don't think about what you're saying in front of him. You're just in deep conversation.
Our meetings are so crazy.
Our top topics this morning was,
we can't do our meetings in public.
No. But listen, that's all to come, all to come.
Yeah.
It is lovely to see you.
They're gripped with anticipation.
I want to know how your dad is, because I saw something on Instagram and he looked amazing.
Oh,
so much better.
Do you know? My dad, and this is the first time since Christmas I've been able to say this, is doing so well. He's constantly asking me, how many hits did that get on Instagram when I post the stories? But I want to use today just to say thank you to our Loose Women viewers, because they have shared in this story of my dad, because it's been an incredibly stressful time. We honestly thought that we were going to lose him many, many times this year, my sister and I and Lincoln and all of the family. And the fact that we eventually got him home, I guess, loved him back. And he's gone from, we went to my stepson's wedding a month ago. Dad was eating nothing. It was so hard to get the calories in him. So I went to the wedding. His mobility was increasing. He came with us. And I went with a bag. There he was there. I went with a bag full of all his meal supplement drinks like this. I turn around at the wedding. he's having a Pimm's and a cigar.
Yes.
That's your
Yes.
dad, isn't it? to a
And
T?
it was interesting because as his cognitive skills increased,
Yeah.
he'd be sitting asking me for my receipts because he's always, you know, sort of helped me with tax things and all of the la that I do. And Lincoln had a little tough love chat with him when he came to stay with us after hospital and said, look, Vin, we can see that you're mentally back there. He said, but what you're not doing is taking responsibility for your calories. You have to take responsibility for staying alive as well, because you want to go home and live independently. And anyway, the next day we stayed in this hotel in Hertfordshire, and Dad ordered fish and chips, and we didn't say anything because it was the first time, and he basically ate them all. And that he's put on a stone. We took him out the other day, and he had, I don't know if you got the picture of this ridiculous meal that he had. And I think they're trying to... So basically, we went out... It's like a meat feast. And at the moment, we have this lovely lady who's come from Poland called Ella, who's sort of helping in this transition to sort of living independently again. And she has this wonderful sort of Polish accent. She said to me, but I'm very, very cross with him because he is going to the shop and he's buying too much of the kitty catty.
You know what's so
which
nice?
isn't the cat food, by the way. It's the
not
chocolate bar.
the
The chocolate bar.
Oh, look what he's done.
Do you know what's so nice, Denise? Especially you just being honest and open about what you've been going through. And I think for me, I connected where so much people connected is the fact that seeing someone lose their character, all the bits that you knew about your dad, and from the picture alone, it looks like it's coming back. And
we never
just
thought
sharing
it would
with us.
happen, Judy. He was so far down the line, you know, and it was just, it was...
And you've always been saying all the way along how much the Loose Women audience have been sending all those messages, made such a difference.
They connected.
I put a video of him on it because the one thing that did choke me up is what I said to Lincoln and my sister when he was very sick. Because you've always known my dad goes on holiday, loves to dance, hates walking, but can dance with the women all night long. And I said, I'm never going to dance with my dad again. So the fact that we did do this little dance on the patio and it had something like, I don't know, 250,000 hits on Instagram, you know, but the comments, many from Loose Women viewers, because they've shared the story and so many people have had sick loved ones through this year for all sorts of conditions and illnesses. So I just wanted to say thank you, and thank you to you all because you've all
no,
been doing him
it's so
constant messages.
heartwarming.
back.
I don't know what little video I saw, but he strolled into a room and everyone got up and clapped. And it was so...
That was Kate Thornton last week.
It was really nice.
Kate Thornton was doing this, they're doing like a little lunchtime tour of lots of laughs and things like that. Kate and McGiff and Zoe and Rusty Lee. And my dad went, and he went to the loo. Kate Thornton spotted that he'd gone to the loo and said to the audience, someone we love very much has been very poorly. Would you just make him welcome when he comes back in? Dad walks back in, just having had a wee, and gets a standing ovation. So it was lovely. There's a lot of love for him, and I'm very grateful.
Well, I am looking forward to giving a certain Judy Love lots of standing ovations this autumn.
I'm choking up from Denise.
I know it is
obviously,
it is
you know,
lovely. But come on, we've got to talk about this Strictly thing. I mean, apart from anything else, when they made the big announcement, and I wasn't here, unfortunately, in the studio, we got a bit of a fright because we thought it was Linda.
Tom Sage, head of women, absolutely had me flummoxed. I totally thought it was Linda.
Was that Katie McGlynn there?
We thought it was Linda.
Yeah, it is, look.
Oh, that was Katie Piper.
And Kate...
Oh?
And, and then this one...
Oh, my God, I didn't know I was screaming that loud.
Where's Katie Piper?
That was the last time I was here.
So shocked.
Everyone keeps saying you're such a good
Was
liar.
Linda a red herring, Nanny
Yeah,
Linda?
she was a red because we were all convinced it was Judy, and they did such a good job here, the
why.
producers,
Why did you
convincing
think
us it
it
was
was me?
Linda.
Well, apparently Strictly said that's the best reveal that they have ever seen.
Thank you.
And Linda thought it was
Thank you.
Janet. Right up until the end of the show, she still thought it was Janet. We had to say, no, it's definitely Judy.
Definitely Judy. Come on, give us something.
The only thing I can give you is, you know, that, you know, obviously we've done some pictures and so on and so on, and, you know, I'm excited.
You don't know your partner yet,
No,
do you?
I don't know who my partner is. I don't know.
Do you really not know?
I don't know who my
Judy, look at me.
No, they don't. I know they
Judy?
don't know.
Listen, what I'm saying is they're all amazing. You know, they're all amazing dancers. I'm here for it. And as you can see on the ground, we've got countdowns. Like, I think we've got like 11 or 8 days.
Judy, look into that camera.
Yeah.
What camera should Judy look into? Two, and say, I do not know who my partner is.
I do not know who my future partner is.
But you know what, Kate? This has
Partner
done her
in
a
any
real
terms.
disservice, this Strictly, because she has done such a good job of acting that I'm not sure we can believe anything you say
Are
anymore.
the kids excited?
The kids are very excited. I don't think they believe it yet until they see me in the glitz and glam live on telly.
We're so excited.
We are
Coming
so
soon.
looking forward to it. We're so looking forward to it. Oh, it's been such a crazy time, hasn't it? I mean, we've just been telling you about our sort of crazy morning this morning. We're all working mums, I suppose. We're all busy rushing around the whole time, and obviously we're hardly the only ones. The past 18 months have left many, many mums feeling overwhelmed, and now you've got kids going back to school, still the uniform to sort, the lunches to make. It never ends. School burnout. Funny, we did a poll on this, and we asked, are you suffering from mum burnout?
Yeah.
66% of you said yes, and we've got lots of really, really strong messages on that. Are you in the 66%?
Oh, I am. I feel like I'm the whole 66%. It's funny enough, I did a video about this, I think, on Tuesday. I had all the things that I was doing in the day, but then I booked things, appointments for the kids, dentists and so on. And I went to the dentist, it was like 8:15. I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't think they'd be open, but they booked me in, turned up with the kids, and they were like, you're supposed to bring 2 of them. Like, I forgot about the other one. Then like, what the hell? And you know what's worse? The child that I actually didn't bring was the one that actually needed to go first.
The toothache.
So then my son had football practice. I'd read where football was, and then I drove him to the wrong football practice place, and he was like, Mum, and I said to him, son, you know what? I need you to understand, Mummy, my head is overwhelmed. I've done 2 mistakes when it comes to you guys, and you're my life. So for me to do that, means my mind is overfull.
That is the definition of burnout.
That's what it is.
Really is.
As a single parent as well, I cannot. My admiration has always been there for single parents, for parents anywhere. But, to navigate this past year with all the stresses, because I don't have young children at home because mine are grown up and off. But I was reading this article about this kind of post-pandemic, we're not even posted, but, burnout from mums, because not only have they been dealing with the fallout of the homeschooling, and I mean, I know with me, I wouldn't get past the primary school education stuff. They've been dealing with everything that happened with Black Lives Matter and all of the George Floyd, and they're trying to think of now inclusivity and diversity, dealing with all these world things, and being a single parent. I'm surprised that so many people are still okay, because it's overwhelming.
And I was saying to my friend, I was sweating, and they were like, you're having anxiety? And I was like, surely not, but it's something you said earlier about the small
things overwhelm you when you can't see the light at the end of the tunnel, and you can't see the day off, and you can't, and especially going into something like Strictly, you need a mother's help, is what you.
Well, I'm here for this, okay? I'm here for this for mother's help, but I'm forever blessed for all the opportunities and having children. I think it's about finding your tribe, your network, having people like yourself that you can talk to. We all go through it. Even if there is 2 parents, there's sometime you're trying to balance everything.
Do you know what worries me about, pandemic, and hope we're coming out of it, we're not post it, is, certainly in terms of the world of work, everyone's talking about flexibility, and maybe that's one of the great things that's going to come out of this, is flexibility. And I hope it is a good thing, but I hope that flexibility just doesn't become 24/7 life, and the juggling that we had before becomes even more intense. Because you're saying, when did we ever go to the dentist at 8:15 in the morning?
This is what I was saying.
Saturday morning. I just think, like you say, Kay, this flexibility doesn't feel very flexible sometimes, because it just means you're on 24/7.
Do you mean the gender balance as well?
I think as parents now, for sure, we have so much more worry than our parents did. There's so much more to worry about. We can't even not worry when they're at home, because we've got their phones and we don't know what's going on. So add the worry on top of everything else. And I think not with Mark. Mark is brilliant. He does do 50-50 with me. But I think with so many women, they're the ones that carry the bulk of those little bits, all the little bits, the dentist, the birthday presents, all that stuff. And it's just too much. Can I just say very quickly, at the age of 56, stepping back into the school life, I am reeling.
And when you see a guy...
lunches and all that again.
When you see a guy like Usain Bolt still having a conversation about, I've told my partner that I ain't going to do the dirty nappies. I'm sorry, Usain, man up, for God's sake. I mean, we just cannot
Usain's in London, he might have something to say about that, you know. He's in London.
We just can't be having this conversation. We can't be having
Maybe he said, I'll drive them everywhere. I'll do all the driving.
Sorry?
Swap jobs.
Oh... Yeah. Anyway, still to come, we're heading to the Dales. Emmerdale's Isabel Hodgkins. I know I'm saying that wrong. I've got my little lisp back again. Hodgins.
I love a hair.
Hodgins. Isabel Hodgins is going to be here to talk all about tonight's Siege. Plus, we'll take a look back at her first ever appearance on the soap. She was just 12. And strong opinions from Nadia on contraception, with women feeling pressured to take the pill. All of that coming up next. See you in a bit. Welcome back to Loose Women at 1 o'clock. Emmerdale's Isabel Hodgins will be here, revealing whether or not the dramatic Siege could spell the end of her character forever. But now, the contraceptive pill, been around for more than 60 years, and 40% of women take it each day in England. However, there is a growing movement of young women opting out of it due to concerns over adverse side effects, which can range from depression, weight gain, loss of libido, and migraines. So, does the pill offer women freedom, or have we just taken it for granted that women are the ones mostly responsible for birth control? What do you think, Nadia?
Oh, I think we absolutely take it for granted that mostly women are responsible for birth control. I mean, look at the situation that we've got. We've got one thing for men, and that's condoms, and an awful lot of them don't want to use them.
Well, we do have a male pill. I don't think it's been finally approved.
Yeah,
but I mean,
but if you think about where we've got and how far we've moved in the world with all the things that we can do, and we still haven't got that. And I do think we've just been left with the responsibility. Now, I didn't really realise that this was something to be angry about until I started looking into all of this with my daughter. And I was, you know, things like when I got the coil, the first time I got the coil, it was very painful. It's not painful for everybody, but for a lot of people, it's very painful. Now, to go back to the beginning when we were talking this morning, when I was saying that, imagine putting a paperclip up a man's penis. I think they would have to have morphine or something. And yet, for decades, as women, we have accepted having something that can be not for everybody, excruciatingly painful with no offer of any anaesthetic.
why is that? I mean, I've never had the coil.
I think it's just...
I have, and it was
coil?
fine with me, but that's just me being I'm all right, Jack. It's why I've never
also, after you've
considered
had a baby, when your cervix is opened, it's less painful. Another thing, I took the pill for years, and again, the pill is an amazing thing, but I really wasn't warned of these side effects that can be with the pill. Like, 1 in 1,000 people that take the pill are at risk of will get a clot, a low-risk clot, a clot in the leg or in the lung. I would like us to do better than that.
Yeah, well, one thing just to say, though, Nadia, is when we talk about the pill, there are very many different brands of the pill, and if someone is experiencing difficulties or negative side effects with their brand, the advice is to go to the doctor and try and explore alternatives. What do you think then about
1 in 1,000? Do you think if that was something men was taking, there would be a bit more
very careful when we
on it?
take a statistic out of context, because yes, I agree with you, that sounds alarming, and it might be alarming, but I don't know.
Nadia,
I mean, on my paracetamol list, it might say there's 1 in 1,000 risk of something else.
But we're in danger of becoming a bit... Is it risk-averse, or is that the wrong way round?
No, because I'm not risk-averse to it. No,
there is risk in everything, and I think that... You know, if you're in America, every single over-the-counter prescription, you get the, you know, and you can take such and such for your headaches. But, of course, you're in danger of this, depression, suicide feelings, stay
away from that, Denise. What I'm talking more about is the responsibility is all ours. There's this
I knew about
just go on the pill. Now, the pill works for a lot of people, but it doesn't work for all people. I just want to give you this. In 2016, right, a study into a male contraceptive injection was halted, right, despite this injection being proved as highly effective. Listen to this. It was halted after participants experienced adverse side effects such as acne, muscle pain and mood changes.
You know,
have you seen the side effects on a
We're going to get called men haters again, aren't we?
No, but
on this show.
Nadia,
We all love men on this show.
It's not the men.
Nadia, if I'm honest with you, my first thing was, you know, for me, I've had the coil, and it was very painful. And I think, you know, as you get to that certain age, the main thing you hear when you're growing up is, you know, don't bring no baby home too early, so and so.
Can I ask why you chose the coil?
I chose the coil because the pill, you know, I'm plus size, I had blood clots in family, you know, in family members, and every time I went into a doctor's, that was the main thing. I had the pill when I was younger, but then as I got older, I thought, I don't know if I want this thing through my body, but then, yeah, like you said, I've had the coil. But then when Nadia was speaking, it made me realise, like, when I went for the coil, there was never even... To me, I didn't even think there was a choice of having something to not make me have pain.
Right, but she has just described
and that's what she's saying. I understand. And now it's making me actually really think, like, why was that never an option?
Exactly. That's why, especially on Loose Women, when I think we've been doing Loose Women for 22 years, I can't remember many conversations about contraception. You were in a situation where you couldn't take the pill, just take the pill, as everyone says. Then you had to have something put through your cervix. Your cervix hadn't stretched. There was agony with no pain.
But do you think pain relief would be on offer should you...
Yeah.
Is it not mandatory because it doesn't happen in most people? And again, I'm only doing an all right, Jack, because I've had the pill and I've had the coil.
I can answer
and
you.
didn't have pain.
Due to a campaign, brilliant campaign by the low-down Instagram people, they are now saying every woman has the right to pain relief when they have a coil.
Yeah, of course.
Just one thing before we finish, because this is going to be really, really... we're rushed here, but whilst absolutely I agree, we have a right to good, safe health care, pain-free, we also have to remember that the contraception pill gave a lot of women post-war a level of freedom that they hadn't had. And as you say, we've been here a long time. That other thing that we know is a woman gets pregnant, she's the one who is left with the baby generally. And so the level of control that it has given.
Just because the pill is great doesn't mean we can't ask for more. We want more.
Well, fair enough. Maybe the next conversation we have about contraception should be condoms, because we tend to forget them, don't we? Because we've always got the right
They don't like them, do they, some of those boys?
Yes, your taxi driver's really going to love that one, Nadia, aren't they? 55 minutes, Emmerdale's Victoria Sugden. That actress Isabel Hodgkins is here to tell us about the latest dramatic goings-on in the Dales. And at 1:15, we'll be talking to a friend of the show, Tamsin Outhwaite. Back in a bit. Welcome back for your Thursday Loose Women. We're keeping you in fine company till 1:30. Alongside me, Kay Adams, is Judy Love, Nadia Sawalha and Denise Welch. In just a minute, Isabel Hodgkins is here. But first, it's competition time.
Do it right here. Scott, you're doing a left. Oh, bro, will you concentrate? We've got a job to do.
We're on a road trip around the UK in celebration of this week's National TV Awards.
Today, we're in Wales, the home of last year's I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here.
There's the castle there.
We're only here to tell you about our star-studded prize package.
It starts with £40,000 in tax-free cash. Imagine all the things you could do with that money. Oof. All right, mate, when you need to go, you need to go. But I'll tell you what, if I won that money, I'd invest in a better loo.
You could also be hitting the road with this brand new Range Rover Sport. It comes with 21-inch alloys, front and rear heated seats, and is worth over £78,000. So if you want to win this double prize package worth over £118,000...
It's time to get entering now. It doesn't take long. Now let's get off, mate, because it's getting chilly.
Hey, you're staying here tonight, aren't you?
No chance, mate.
For your chance to win big.
Go to the website, entries cost £2.
Text prize to 81119. Text costs £2 plus one standard network rate message.
Call 09068 781119.
Calls cost £2 plus your network access charge. Or post your name and phone number to
DY36 PO Box 7 558 Derby DE1 0NQ. Entrance must be 18 or over. Lines close on Friday the 1st of October at 3 p.m.
Good luck.
Now, our first guest today has played Victoria Sugden for over 15 years on Emmerdale, and in that time she's run over a vicar, had a fling with her stepbrother and crashed into a lake. And tonight is set to be just as dramatic.
Wendy, you're never going to turn into Wonder Woman. Just get me the cash. Be a good girl, make the call, and don't take no for an answer, because I'm not bluffing.
If he doesn't pay the loan back by the end of next week, he's going to lose everything.
How much does he need?
More than I can lay my hands on.
Maybe I could lend him the money.
You better pray Victoria comes good. Don't worry, nothing's going to go wrong. And for some reason, everything does. There's always plan B.
This Isn't me getting onto the bank. This is me calling the police.
Oh, I really wouldn't.
Oh, I'm sure you wouldn't.
See, them turning up could really cause problems. Now put the phone down.
Whoa! Isabel Hodgson joins us now. Hi, Isabel.
Hi.
Hi. Where are you? I like to know where everyone is.
I'm in a dressing room at work.
Glamorous dressing room.
So glamorous.
It looks like a gulag.
So, I mean, Isabel, Emmerdale's got a great reputation now for, you know, like, going big, and we've got a big storyline in store, haven't we?
Yes, we do. It's good. It's been good fun.
Right, so what can we expect? And I know I'm asking you that rather than telling everyone because I don't want to do any spoilers. What can we look forward to?
I just think the jeopardy, because we know that David's upstairs, but he doesn't know that. Is the guy with the gun going to realise? And that just adds to it all, I think, all the suspense of what's going on downstairs.
Yeah. I can tell that you're nervous of giving away a spoiler. Well, it's so dangerous,
That was
isn't it?
classic, because it reminds me of one day when I was in EastEnders and I asked the director, where am I with this person? What's happening? And he went, if I'm absolutely honest, I don't know. Oh, God.
Well, listen, we've got a little clip, a little teaser, and then we'll let you off the hook with it, Isabel. Here we go. This is tonight's episode, a little bit from tonight's episode, I think.
Open it, Sil.
What?
You heard me. Open it.
Oh, please, Ross, if you just stop this now.
Hey, how about you stop talking?
We cashed up yesterday, so there's not going to be much in there.
It's your mum's money you wanted.
I'm going to work out a way to get it, but while I'm here...
I will get you what you want. I promise.
What I want is what I'm owed. Well, first things first. Where's the safe?
Ooh. Can I ask if everyone gets out alive?
No, you cannot.
You nearly got okay. You nearly got okay.
Nearly got there, nearly got there. So, Isabel, you have been in Emmerdale more than half your life, is that right? Since you were 12?
Since I was 12, yeah, the last 15 years.
Wow. So are all your friends, of all your relationships, everything come out of Emmerdale?
A lot of them have, yeah. Some of my best friends I've met at work, yeah.
And you've actually even flat shared and house shared, haven't you? Who is? Which ones?
Yes, so I lived with Chelsea Halfpenny, who played Amy. I lived with Laura Norton, who plays Kerry. Yeah.
I think we've got your first ever scene, actually.
Oh,
when
really?
you were 12. We love these. No, don't do that. We love these.
We love them.
Let's have a look at it.
Oh.
Welcome home, sweetheart. So what happened?
You were late.
You were only half an hour. Why didn't you wait?
Because I didn't know if you were coming. I tried phoning, but your mobile was switched off.
What's the point in having a mobile if it's never switched on?
Yeah, all right. Well, she's here now and looking as pretty as a picture.
Oh, Clive Hornby, what a lovely guy.
Oh, the best guy.
Isabel, can I ask you, with all of these dramatic storylines that come up, how do you get yourself prepared for them? Because they're really drastic. Like, what kind of mindset do you need to put yourself into?
I just think you need to just throw yourself into it and just and hope for the best, really, see what comes out.
Now, Isabel, you've been obviously in that show for such a long time and therefore been well known and been famous for such a long time. But with that, there comes a lot of backlash in the form of social media. I've experienced it myself. And I think I read that you took yourself off Twitter for a while. I know that I did recently and have just gone back on. And part of me now wishing that I hadn't, because I'm already drawn into the toxic side of it. How do you deal with the social media battering that all of us get from time to time?
I think, yeah, if it's going to be detrimental, the best decision, I think, is to just not be on it, and because it will manifest itself in parts that you weren't even aware. Like, we don't necessarily get like performance reviews with work. You just turn up and do your job. So it's just online where people have opinions, good or bad, And I found myself overthinking things, I think, to go, oh, well, what will people say about this? And that's not what I want to be doing. And I want the freedom to walk into work and make the choices that I want to make. And that's a lot easier done when you haven't got these voices or, you know, things that you may have read online interfering with
it's
that.
like reviews, isn't it? You'll get 9 good ones and 1 bad one, but it's the 1 bad one that you go home and start overthinking about.
It's always the negative that we latch onto, and that's not a place I want to be in.
Well, thinking of being reviewed and, you know, judged, I heard that you would love to do Strictly.
I would. I mean, that show, who wouldn't want to do Strictly? It makes me so happy.
Is there any particular kind of dance style? Because you went to Sylvia Young's, isn't it, as a child? Is there any particular dance style that you would want to do? Because that was really what you first initially was doing mainly when you was at school.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to be a dancer on the West End, but my life went differently. But just the jive. You know,
I don't even know which one that is, girl. Can you show me your hands? What do you do?
The one that Jay from The Wanted did that brilliant one.
Oh, it's a very fast pace. Okay, so basically what you're saying to me is I should try not to do that one. We'll save it for when you're on there, yeah?
So you guys are up for an NTA? You're off tonight for the NTAs. Good luck with that.
Yes, thank you.
Are you all excited?
Yes, and hopefully we'll bring it home to Yorkshire.
Yes.
I just want to ask before you go, Isabel, about your little doggy. Is it true that you have him in a little pram when he gets tired?
Yeah, because he's 11 now and his back legs are betraying him and they don't work as well as they used to. So when he's had enough, I just pop him in his little doggy pram and then he can just enjoy the view.
His legs giving way. Sounds like me, girl.
You can't say that. You're on Strictly.
Yeah, I know.
You beat me too. I was going to say I'd do the same with Nadia, but there you go. Thanks, Isabel. Good luck, Danny.
Good luck.
Bye. Yep, NT is tonight. Fingers crossed.
Oh, loose swimming.
Yep, in a few minutes, a former EastEnders star, Tamsin Outhwaite, joins us to talk about, there she is, about her support for frontline NHS workers and why she's happy to discuss pandemic money problems. Back with Tamsin next. Welcome back. Tamsin Outhwaite joins us in just a minute. But first, competition time again now, and prizes worth over £118,000 to celebrate the National Television Awards tonight. Adam and Scott Thomas are in a special location in Wales with all the details.
Would you rather have £40,000 in cash or a brand new Range Rover Sport?
What sort of question is that? I'm a celebrity, get me out of here!
Well, with this awesome prize, you don't have to make that choice, because we're giving you both. We're going to be boosting your bank balance with £40,000. It's completely tax-free, so you can spend it on whatever you want. Can't come all the way here without doing a bush tucker trial. Now, I've done mine in Oz. Now, it's your turn. Put this on and tell me what it is. You ready?
Oh.
Get it in! Get it in!
What is it?
Have a look. It's only mushrooms.
Look, as well as the cash, you really could be driving off in this beauty. It comes with parking assistance, sat-nav, and it's worth over £78,000.
All that's left for us to say is...
I'm a celebrity, get me out of here!
No, Scott, you've got to be in it to win it. For your chance to win big.
Go to the website, entries cost £2.
Text prize to 81119. Text costs £2 plus one standard network rate message.
Call 09068 781119.
Calls cost £2 plus your network access charge. Or post your name and phone number to
DY36 PO Box 7 558 Derby DE1 0NQ. Entrance must be 18 or over. Lines close on Friday the 1st of October at 3 p.m.
Good luck.
Now, our next guest shot to fame as the blonde bombshell that rocked Albert Square in the 90s. However, after 21 years, look at
Ian.
Ian Beale. I was going to say Adam, but that's his real name. After 21 years in and out of Walford playing Mel Owen, Tamsin Outhwaite finally bid farewell to Mel. Earlier this year, she put on her dancing shoes and came forth on The Masked Dancer. There she is with a scarecrow, and she's here now to discuss her latest exciting project. Hi, Tamsin.
Hello, ladies.
So, were you two same vintage EastEnders?
We were. Do you know,
we did cross over.
Yeah, we never really got any scenes together, though, did we? But I used to love watching Tamsin because she would always do all this business means I would just, like, stand as rigid as I could and just get my lines out and not forget them. But Tamsin would always be doing something amazing, throwing a coin, flipping some keys. And I used to be like,
No,
you were
Nadia,
amazing.
it's just called it's called using props to distract from the acting.
Well, whatever it was, I thought you were great.
Maybe it's called acting.
Yeah.
You're just good.
I love being busy. Hello all.
Hello.
Can I talk about why I'm here today?
Yeah, please tell us. It sounds really interesting idea.
Yeah, I was brought on board because the stats were so extraordinary. Because 2 in 5 critical care staff are showing signs of PTSD, which is actually more than twice the rate of PTSD that's found in military veterans who have recently experienced combat. So that was so shocking to me. There's a lot of taboo around it, and there's an awful lot of NHS critical care frontline staff who are struggling with their mental health. So Frontline 19 asked me to come on board, and they are non-profit. They offer psychological support to NHS staff struggling. And today they launch Hopeline 19, which is a telephone line. I'm going to put it all up on my Insta afterwards. And if you phone up, it's Dermot O'Leary telling you what to do. And he'll tell you to press 1 if you want to leave a message of support, gratitude, thanks to the staff, and press 2 if you are a member of the NHS that's struggling with your mental health. You can listen to the messages of support. And it feels like it's just giving hope to any NHS workers that are struggling with their mental health. So I'm going to leave my message after I've done this. And I want you 4 ladies to do the same, please.
What a lovely idea, the simplicity of kind words, you know.
Yeah. Isn't
and
it?
And to the reminder that there are so many more good people than bad people. I love the sweetness of it.
You know,
and I think they feel quite forgotten at the moment.
Yeah. Well, having navigated a lot of that system, I can understand why a lot of them are struggling with their mental health.
I mean,
so, yeah.
You know, Denise, if you go through just one experience of telling a family that they're, you know, a member of their family has died, they've been through all the FaceTiming, just one of those is going to affect you. But they are doing this on rotation, these people.
And like
Brilliant,
you say,
brave
because
people.
we're out of the immediate firefighting of it, like you say, maybe now they are feeling a bit forgotten, you know, and a bit left behind as we're all getting back on the line.
And also PTSD happens later, doesn't it? It comes up later. So
like
the
you
mental
said,
health issue.
There's never been enough help for our veterans and people with that particular illness.
Tamsin, is there a reason that this particularly means so much to you?
Well, nothing. Thankfully, we have really avoided the actual going into hospital. My dad lives with me. He's 75. He's avoided getting COVID very well. I mean, we've been really careful, but lots of people around me have been through very difficult situations, have lost people. And a lot of them talk about how good the staff were. And what's so brilliant is it now feels like you've got a way to say thank you indirectly.
And not actually forgetting the staff the NHS staff members who have actually lost loved ones. Meanwhile, they've been there trying to protect and care for us. They've missed out on having that time with their loved ones.
I mean, the front line have been there for us the whole time, the whole way through this. But obviously now the pandemic has created a mental health crisis for those people.
Tamsin, can I ask about your health, because I believe you're on a health kick now, is that right? Big birthday and all that, going vegan, dropping the booze.
You've been on Instagram, Tamsin, with your yoga.
I know.
You're going to join the sober crew.
Well, I tell you what I'm doing. I'm step by stepping at the moment. I'm going plant-based diet, trying to do a lot more exercise, which I don't love. And drinking on special occasions.
Oh, mindful drinking, it's called.
Yeah, you can find a special occasion 7 days a week, Tam, mind. I've tried that one.
a festival was the last special occasion. So now I'm kind of waiting for the next, which is a wedding. So, yeah.
And do you limit
and I
your...
think that's
do
all
you
to do
limit...
with getting to a... That's to do with getting to a certain age, isn't it? When you just go,
I don't... saving lives on the...
Yeah.
Tamsin, do you limit yourself, though? Because, you know, like, obviously, those days when it's a special occasion, do you still limit yourself or do you go full hog?
Oh, see, I don't know, because it's quite new for me at the moment. So I'm just at the moment realising that I can't drink like I used to, so I'm taking it a lot easier. And massive gaps, like I'll not drink for a month and then I'll have a night out with my girlfriends. And it feels like I've just got a better handle on my health, mentally and physically.
Definitely.
Tamsin, can I ask your thoughts on one of the topics that we were going to discuss today? I don't know if you've caught this at all in the news. This is Charlotte Tilbury, you know, the makeup guru.
Oh, yes.
She says the secret to her long-lasting relationship is that her partner has never seen her without makeup. Without the bedroom eye, apparently. She said it keeps the magic alive. What do you think, Tamsin?
I love Charlotte Tilbury makeup, but I can't think of anything worse than being made up constantly. And also, I love the fact that my partner likes me better without makeup.
Yeah. I remember a few weeks after I'd been seeing Mark, my mum looked at me and said, I don't know who it is that's telling you look better without makeup, but then are you? Because he'd done that whole thing, well, I love you without makeup, and I was not wearing
And it's not nice when you wake up and you're acting all lovely and then you look at him and you realise your eyelash on his chest. That is not a good look.
I did used to wake up sometimes and do that pinch your cheeks, pinch your lips, bit of gloss on my eyelashes to try and
I guess what
gorgeous.
she's saying is you have to keep the magic alive.
I think it's important to nurture your relationship, but that's not just with the physical thing, you know. I think that Lincoln and I both find, I know Tam and Tom do, and all of us, it's about humour as well. You know, you make each other laugh, and that's one of the sexiest things. But I do think that I'm guilty as well of, you're all dressed up and you're on a night out and your husband or your partner tells you look lovely, and you get in the house and you immediately sort of take it all off.
Put your onesie on.
You know, I used to take the fillers out before I had these boots and stuff like that, and everything just crumples in front. So I think it is important. But I like my husband to look nice for me as well sometimes. Don't we?
It's about not getting complacent and just keep nurturing and building that intimacy.
What do you think, Tamsin? Do you have to keep the magic alive?
I think we try and keep the magic alive in other ways. Makeup's not really the thing. It's more humour, you know, feeling good about ourselves with each other, making each other happy. Oh, God, there he is.
Ooh, he's lovely,
But you always like Tom to wear makeup, though, don't you, when we've been together?
I love the kids putting makeup on him. I love drag Tom, yes.
Oh, why do we have to stop now? Just when we were getting to that. Unfortunately, we have to. Tamsin, thank you so much. And thanks very much for telling us about Hopeline 19. Thank you. That is it for today. We've got our fingers crossed for the NTAs tonight, and we'll be back tomorrow for some Friday fun as we celebrate the 40th anniversary of Only Fools and Horses with none other than Marlene herself. Sue Holderness joins us, or as Del Boy would say, Lovely Chapley. I'm probably not the person to say that, am I? But that was my best effort.
You did very well, Kay.
Have a good afternoon.